let's go and have a look at a couple of ideas to learn your sounds in a much easier way. And it is fun too. It is only ideas to help you. You can incorporate all these ideas with your current reading program. Make it fun to read. Start with an active reading rhyme. I will place a link of an example of a reading rhyme in the description of the video below. Have a look. It is fun. Introduce the sounds with a fun story or a rhyme or a song. The link of the ABC stories are in the description below. Introduce the sound by showing it physically to the kids. I will place the link of the video in which the kids can see how to write the sound, and they can listen how to pronounce each sound of the alphabet. Have a look in the description of this video below. Say the sound aloud while the kids look at your mouth. The kids can repeat. The kids can keep a mirror with them to look at while they repeat the sound. Show the correct handwriting for each sound. It will help them to remember the sound better. Let's get started. You must be ready to get a bit dirty in the whole process. But if you love play, this is for you. The kids have to experience the sounds. With their bodies. Then they will be able to process all the information and end up with a very strong brain. When teaching new sounds, it is important to use a variety of activities. That way, you will be able to accommodate all types of learners. Be creative and versatile in your presentation of teaching the sounds. We always start with the gross motor skills. The kids have to use their whole body. They have to be active. Then we go to sensory play. Learning with your senses. The more senses you use while learning new content, the better you will remember the new information. Everything that we've experienced with our gross motor skills, as well as through sensory play, we will apply now with our fine motor skills. Now we can write down on big sheets of paper with big crayons. While you write down your sounds, even if it's in the sand, the reading process can start on a very simple level. You can read the sounds. Say them aloud. Some of the kids will try to read the words from a very young age, even if it's a bit crooked. This is the beginning of analysis and synthesis of sounds into words. They have to be able to analyze certain sounds, to recognize them, as well as synthesize, putting the sounds together to form a word. The purpose of learning the sounds in such an active way is to get the kids ready to read. We are not going to force them. They have to experience it, and in that way they will be ready in their own time. Supplies needed to learn your sounds. Supplies to learn your sounds with your gross motoric skills. Why is it important to start with your gross motoric skills? The kids have to experience all the basic perceptions in order to be ready to read. The basic perceptions are very important for reading as well as writing. Visual recognition, hand-eye coordination, spatial awareness, visual memory, auditory memory, as well as left-right orientation. Let's have a look at the supplies. I'm going to tell you which supplies you need, and then I'm going to give you ideas what you can do with the supplies. The idea is to use supplies that you already have. You can change my ideas at any time. This is only to get you started, and you can incorporate these ideas with any existing reading program. You don't have to use all the supplies every time for each lesson. Choose the ones that you've got and the ones that works for you in your school. Body. Use your body to form the sounds. For example, the L sound. Feet together, stretch and form the L sound and say L. Why not choose a friend to form the A sound? The one can form the round part and the other one can form the straight line. Fun! The teacher can say a sound, and when the kids hear that specific sound, they must do something with their bodies. For example, Then you touch your nose. Or you can keep it simple. When they hear any sound, they must jump in the air and repeat the sound aloud. Sturdy letter cards. You can make your own, or you can use the rubber ones, the ones they use to build carpets. Then you can put them outside, you can jump on them, or if you don't have sturdy letter cards, you can just put letter cards on the grass and stand behind them. Let me explain how to use the letter cards. Let's use the letter A. Put it in front of you. Stand on the left side of the A. On the right side. In front. Behind. Put the A on top of your head. Put the A between your hands. That way, the kids will master spatial awareness as well as left-right orientation. Grass, a carpet, any floor where you can run around and exercise your sounds. A sandpit or soil would work just as well. You can write the sound in the sand, or you can write it with a stick. That will work perfect. You can also hide some sounds in the sand, and when you say a sound, the kids must find the sound, or they can find any sound and they have to recognize it. Maybe build a word orally, starting with that sound. A rope, the kids can build the sounds using the rope. Pebbles, or anything that you can get your hands on, the kids can build the sound with the pebbles. You must also repeat the sound aloud. Beanbags, put the sounds on the grass or the carpet. Say the sound aloud. The kids must aim and throw at that sound. Polystyrene cups with letters written on the back. Put the polystyrene cups on the floor. Say a sound. The kids must find the sound and step on the polystyrene cup. It is fun and inexpensive. A cement surface and chalk. The kids can step on the sounds that you've written on the cement. They can even play hopscotch. The kids can use their beanbags to aim at one of the sounds written with the chalk. They can use the rope or the pebbles to build the sounds that you've written with the chalk on the cement. This was quite physical. Let's do something with our senses. Are you ready? Let's go and have a look at the supplies needed to learn your sounds through sensory play. Play through your senses. You are going to exercise all your basic perceptions, just as you did with your gross motoric skills. I'm going to give you loads of examples. You can use your own. No need to use all of them in all of your lessons. Choose the ones that works for you. These activities can get a bit messy, so keep a couple of towels ready and maybe a bucket with soap water. Sensory letters. Letters that you can touch. I've recently pasted pipe cleaners on a piece of wood in the form of all the sounds. In that way, the kids can feel the sound, say it, and listen to the sound. Small letter cards to use at your table. Make small letter cards. You can print it and laminate it, or even write it on a piece of rubber or cardboard, whatever works for you. These letter cards are going to come in very handy when you do some of the sensory play exercises. Sensory bowls with sand, hundreds and thousands, shaving cream, jelly, salt, or finger paint. Use whatever you have. Put it in an A4 plastic container about 5 centimeters deep. But only fill the container about a centimeter thick with the sensory stuff, so that you have loads of space to play. Just remember to change it every now and then because of the dirty hands. Clay. You can use this for a lot of activities. The kids can roll the clay and build the letters. Sometimes the clay even smells nice. They can touch the letter, the way it's written, and then they can repeat it and listen carefully to the sound of each letter. Rubber, plastic letters or magnetic letters. You are going to use them a lot of times. Buy or find whatever works for you. A laminated alphabet. You can make a laminated small letter alphabet and capital letter alphabet. That way, the kids can use magnetic letters or even the letter cards to sort out the correct letter card on the correct laminated alphabet card. Mix and match. Lego blocks or sticks and clay. They can roll out the clay and then they can push the Lego blocks in the clay in the form of a letter. They can feel it and repeat the sound aloud and listen to the sound. They can do it with sticks as well. Whatever you have. Straws or sticks and a sheet of polystyrene. Write the letter ever so lightly on the polystyrene. Then they can push the straws or the sticks into the polystyrene in the same way that the letter is written. Finger paint and paper. All children love to play with finger paint. Put it on the paper and write down the sounds in the finger paint. Dirty but fun. A box to represent a specific letter. Inside the box, you will put letter cards and objects that start with that sound. No need to make a box for each child. With every letter, they can rotate it. Let's take the letter P. You can put letter cards in the box. What about a pen? Pencil? Paper? Peacock feather? Anything that you can get that starts with a P. They can make oral words with the P letters, and they can use the objects to tell you a story or to make oral sentences. A sheet of polystyrene, sharp point stick, copied letters and masking tape. Paste the copied letter onto the polystyrene with masking tape. Then you use a sharp point stick and push it down the way the letter is written. A sturdy Ziploc bag with gel inside. They can write down the letters in the gel and it smells nice too. Toilet rolls and a sand tray. Write the letters that you've learned on the toilet rolls and stick them into the sand. Put a couple of letters, a mixture, into the sand tray. The kids must sort the letters, put them in the correct toilet roll marked with that specific letter. It's a fun activity. A tall see-through pipe with rice and small letters. You can use beads. Fill the pipe 3/4 full of rice and put the letters inside. Seal it very good. The kids can shake the pipe and look for all the small letters on the side. Say it and maybe build their own words orally. Bubble wrap with letter stickers. Write the letters on round stickers and paste them all over the bubble wrap. Say a letter and now the kids can touch it. A fun, spongy feeling. A container with sensory play stuff. Fill it with anything that you have. Maybe sand, maybe jelly, maybe salt. Put small objects inside the container. The kids can feel, find, and say the name of the object. With what letter does the object start and end? Pipe cleaners. Form the letter with the pipe cleaner. Feel it, say it, and hear it. A container with colored water and watertight sounds. Magnetic sounds works very good. You can use food color to color the water. Say the sound and the kids must fish it out. Paper for tearing, pasting, and glue. Tear and paste the letter in the correct way of writing it down. A steel baking tray and magnetic letters. You can write the alphabet in the steel baking tray. Now the kids can sort the magnetic letters onto the steel baking tray. They can even put the tray vertically. I hope you had fun learning with your senses. Let's try to write some of the letters and maybe reading the letters as well as putting together some words. You have loaded your toolbox full of ideas how to teach sounds. The last step of the journey will be to apply it through fine motoric skills. Before the child can apply the sounds, he has to master all his perceptual skills: visual recognition, hand-eye coordination, spatial awareness, visual memory, auditory memory, and as well as left-right orientation. The process of writing always starts on big sheets of paper and bigger crayons. You will need the following to exercise your writing skills: a whiteboard and a marker. This is very easy to get hold of, and any child can exercise his sounds on the whiteboard. Chalk and cement. The child can write down all his sounds on the cement, and he also learns to clean up after himself. Window and shaving cream. Squirt some shaving cream onto the window. Write your sounds. Try to make words starting with the letters. Big sheets of paper. You can even use newspaper. It is only to exercise your letters. And thick crayons. Loose sheets of paper and all kinds of stationery to write with. Make it interesting. Worksheets with phonic exercises. The kids can take the worksheet home to go and brag. They will love that, and it will motivate them tremendously. If they are ready, you can give them a workbook for more formal work. It is important when a kid exercises his letters that they repeat it aloud so that they can listen to it and make it their own. There is a certain sequence of learning the letters, but it depends from teacher to teacher. There's no rules. Whatever will benefit the child in your specific school. Every child will be ready to read in its own time. But it is fun and extremely satisfying when a child starts to read. We need the following supplies to help a child on his reading journey. Sound cards. The kids can read the cards, they can build words, and they can even build short sentences and read them. Nonsense sound word reading cards. I will show you exactly how these works. Ice cream sticks with sounds and words. The kids can pick one, read it, listen to it. Empty ice cream sticks to write sounds or words or sentences or even their names. Whatever will benefit the child. They can take it home and read it to their family. Simple reading books to recognize sounds. You can even make your own that suits your class. Reading books for your reading corner. This is extremely important, even if they only page through the books. They will recognize some of the sounds and words. I hope you've learned something through this video. Have a look at all the other reading program videos. Subscribe to my channel and then you won't miss any future videos that might come in very handy. You can use each and every guideline with your existing reading program. Have fun.